flex up, stretch out, big bands, whoa, whoa. Flex up, stretch out, big bands, whoa, whoa. Flex up, stretch out, big bands, whoa, whoa.
That's me.
This is the make or break moment.
Flex up, stretch out, big bands, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay, so my one failed, not sure why. Yours also didn't. Well, no, just let me click that one. So what happened? Deploy failed because of what? Unrecoverable error, machine not found. Okay, go back to the other deploy. Ended up with the same problem.
Yeah, maybe I could try rerun these.
I don't think there's anything majorly frustrating. I think we both have slightly different balances in terms of product versus engineering as product engineers, but he is slightly more product focused than I am. So sometimes I will want to look at the problem a bit more and try and understand from the technical side what we need to do. Whereas I would say Saga is definitely more leaning on the side of quick solve, let's just do it, let's just try and do something. And I think there's definitely a good balance in between the both of us of what the actual route towards a problem is. So I think we usually balance out well.
Oh, detect, yeah, fine. But the other stuff will not be blocked, like the autoscalers will get deployed.
Yeah, but it depends on the timing of this, right? Because if there's not enough connections at a specific point in time.
But the autoscaler doesn't need connections, look, they're all deployed.
Yeah, they do, but you've already scaled it down to that number.
What's happened there?
Okay.
Basically I don't think the connections, we've decreased them by enough to be able to deploy successfully. Because I think we're going to end up trying to use more than we can again.
More what?
Connections. It's the database.
Connections?
Yeah, this is not
So
very
basically,
simple.
the database.
Remember, I'm a caveman.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it's just
I
not
guess
simple.
to fundamentally put it, like the database can only talk to like a finite number of things, and
okay.
and then if it's trying to talk to too many things at the same time, then there's not enough channels, I suppose, that messages can go between.
One of the biggest challenges with Tano right now is that we have sort of assumed we can do a lot more work without as many people as we have originally planned. And we're at this point in time now where we've come to the realization that we need to hire more people in the engineering team and also the marketing ops team, primarily because I think we underestimated how much manpower it would take and how much automations we could actually build in a time we've been around for. And so we're at this point in time where we have a lot more customers, but we've almost not really scaled the team with the demand. Obviously, our long-term goal is to make it so that more customers don't need more people to service them and try and detach those to, I guess, metrics. But for now, I think we do need to add more headcount to be able to service those and ultimately then hit the J-curve and scale so that the work done does not require more and more people.
Okay, to get us going, and then we can figure out what mistakes they make and not make those. Yeah, that's probably the best way.
Sync up everything and then...
Your friend as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
What data?
Your friend?
No, actually I just met a few months ago.
How
Huh?
did you meet?
They reached out, LinkedIn, wanted to chat.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, just met them a few times.
It's not really a friend.
No, it's not friend.
They're
It's like a
trying
founder
to
friend.
Sell you the software.
Huh?
They're trying to sell you the
Basically,
software.
can we trust them?
Oh yeah, we can. But like, it's not like I know them from a long time.
What
Yeah,
is
it's like
this?
a founder friend.
I'd also be... Sorry, go on, if you want to.
No, you explain.
I'm Will, I'm the CEO and co-founder at Tano. Tano is an advertising company that enables brands to access thousands of micro creators. So today is a massive day because we have 3 really important interviews that Saga is going to be leading on for the engineering team. There's nothing more important at Tano than ensuring our product is best in class, and the only way to do that is to hire the best engineers in the world. So if these interviews don't go well and they're not great people, then it just puts us back and delays our ability to serve our customers in a really great way.
I was going to say we're going to be very careful what data we share with them to begin with. So I'm
I don't think
chucking...
we want to share our contract.
Well, that's one thing, sharing common paper is probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't want to give them Combat API.
Actually, you know what's best? Figure out how each of them work. Figure out what's the best approach to build that.
Yeah, well, there's definitely a pattern already.
Yeah.
Like markdown trees.
So we've got Jake, who started with us, who's another one of our founding engineers, and this is really exciting for me for two reasons. Number one, great engineer, adding headcount, always a good thing. The second reason I'm really excited is for this. Jake's actually a YouTuber, and he's done brand deals with companies like Lovable before, so he really understands the problem from the creator side, which not many engineers in the world do. There's just not many people who are great engineers and really good creators. So it's really, really great that someone understands the problem we're trying to solve and can build it.
Just do that. Pretty straightforward. But I would assume it's a bit more technical than, they spend a lot of time building this stuff, no?
I mean, maybe, but like the space is not new. Sorry, the space is not that old, I meant.
Yeah, I was going to say,
people have only just about realised this is a problem. Also, these guys are building it for the general use case, which I actually don't think is that optimal.
What are you saying? Hey, what do I know?
we'll figure it out.
I'm just
Yeah,
a guy.
It's early. Maybe we just don't know enough yet. But
what I find interesting about AI, I think it's just the pace of where the industry is moving, and I also think we are like right now. Like, I'm trying to think. The delta in like good companies used to be like how quickly they can iterate and build. That is now becoming like a more level playing field. I think any like half decent engineer powered by AI can now be like a 10x engineer like 5 years ago. So what we're going to see is like all of these smaller companies just like performing very, very well and producing better products. I think there's this interesting thing where people maybe assume just internally that only their product's going to improve, but the thing is everyone's products are going to improve at an increasing rate. So what I find really exciting is just one, being a part of that wave, and two, trying to make it even be better than everyone else, but also just how everything is going to get better. Like all products, all services in the next 5 to 10 years are just going to get like so much better.
Yeah, but what is happening?
what is happening? We're going to have a working version for 2 organisations by the end of the day that we can fuck around with.
I also reckon we'll know better more like faster.
I have no idea what any of this means. You need to ask a working version of what?
What's that? What's happening?
Yeah, let's take a step back.
What's
what are
happening?
you trying to build?
Remember, explain it to me, a caveman.
Sure.
Easy, okay. Yeah.
Single syllable words. Single syllable words. So we basically have data all over the place, and right now, lots of systems and everyone in the ops team, well, the 2 people in the ops team, need to keep track of all that data and basically the changes that happen. That's all either in their heads or in each other's heads, so they don't know like what's happening. And same for Will and Hugh, like they both got context which we don't know that might be useful, or vice versa. So like Nathan, for example, for him, what's really important is knowing the value of customers, and like basically if something's going wrong with them, is it actually worth his time to like mess around with and try and fix problems, or if they're not, there's like something else to prioritize. So like the context for that isn't great, so he just doesn't know. So having a tool for maybe just the 2 organizations that we have the data for by the end of today, he can like query and be like, okay, what's this company actually worth for us? Like, is it worth even messing around with? Obviously, if we just got 2 organizations, data for those 2 organizations, that would be great, but again, it's just a start. Query it, see what happens, and yeah, we'll go from there. I don't know if that's answered the question or not.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, thank you.
It's very early.
Well explained.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the episode, but most of you watching aren't subscribed. And we've loved bringing you these episodes and showing you what it's like building an AI company. But please subscribe, please like. We really appreciate all the support. And yeah, back to the episode.
Back on my...
The interview, how you feeling? Pre-match interview, pre-interview.
I mean, I'm
interview.
feeling good. I am not the primary interviewer, so I should hopefully just be watching, seeing what's going on, and then if I have any extra questions, I'll jump in. But for the most part, Saga's going to be handling it, and then obviously the candidate. So good luck to both of them. But I'll just be there observing mostly.
Fly on the wall.
Yeah. I mean, I will be running some interviews going forward. I mean, did that, let's do this as well. But it's good just to see exactly the way we run them here.
At this immediate point in time, it's probably not as interesting as you'd want it to be, but it is purely resource. Like, we are under-resourced. We need more bodies to be able to handle the scale of what we're trying to do at the moment, because we've just got some big clients that we just need to put some more people on.
I've never been in an interview, and I feel really nervous. I've been in an interview for me, but I've never been on the other side.
of doing the interview.
Yeah, it's quite tense.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you also don't want to cock it up for them, because you want it is also a skill to deliver a good interview as much as it is to perform well and show that you're a good candidate, because you can do things wrong that will affect that person's interview. Yeah, there are things you can do to make it easier, you know. And he's going into the
That's saying they're walking past.
Okay, come through.
What I typically look for when it comes to candidates, especially engineers, is I think more so now than ever, is their ability to understand the problem deeply. I think historically you can get away with being a great engineer if you just have a very high technical competency, but now with coding agents and LLMs to help support that area of the work, the true skill is actually uncovering the root cause of a specific problem and then surgically inserting the right solution at that point in time.
Okay, sweet. Cool, so today, what we want to do is...
Yeah.
This is the make or break moment, Nathan. See you figuring it out. Engineer. An engineer. Whoever comes.
How did you find that?
I think it was overall a pretty good system design that I've done. Pros were that he asked a lot of questions. I think he tried to truly understand the problem and actually got to a point where it was like pretty aligned with what problem we wanted to solve.
Like, what is something in AI that's really interesting to you right now?
What's interesting in AI to me at the moment? I think what's interesting to me is how quickly the sort of open weight labs like Kimi are catching up to the frontier labs like OpenAI and Anthropic with their models.
Let me ask you one sort of final specific thing on Kimi K3. Bessemer is an investor in Anthropic. One of the questions posed was, okay, if a startup of Moonshot's size and scale and resources can put out a 2.8 trillion parameter model, price it such that it did, what's the moat of an Anthropic or an OpenAI?
So you've got Kimi K3, which was released recently, which is now on a similar level on the Trust Me Bo benchmarks to the OpenAI and Anthropic models. Like, it can outperform in some places and similarly perform to those models. So it's very interesting to see like these Chinese labs releasing open weight models. So like anyone could then run these models and use these models. Like, it's not limited to like you need to be part of their team to be able to run the model. Obviously, lots of hardware involved in trying to do that, not an inexpensive thing to do. But it's just interesting to see them catch up. It's huge competition.
So Kimi is a Chinese AI company, and they've produced something as good as what OpenAI or Anthropic have done with Google?
Yeah. So Kimi is a family of models, but I think the company is Moonshot AI. But yeah, they have produced something that is of a similar quality as to what Anthropic and OpenAI are currently outputting. I would say they are months behind in terms of like their output, and that's like being harsh, if anything.
And they're doing all this without the highest caliber of chips, correct?
I'm not entirely sure. I think they have their ways of getting some of these chips, but I think broadly, yes, their compute isn't necessarily as good.
So we decided to make an offer to an engineer who came in the other day, who we actually did a whole system design with. And he actually then has already, I sent him the offer probably when, like about midday-ish, just after midday. And he's already come back being like, he's thrilled to accept and wants to join. So super excited, to be honest. And yeah, it's very cool to have a new engineer on the team, given how hard it is to find like great talent.
Why did you pick him in the end?
So what I really liked about him was how he was able to like quickly understand the problem that we gave him, or truly like actually get a grasp on the domain that he needed to solve the problem in, and ultimately within the 1 hour slot come out with a a reasonable diagram to show like this is how you solve the problem. And again, like doing all of this in an hour is definitely very, very difficult. But what I specifically liked was his ability to ask the right questions, probe deeper, actually truly get like a full picture of the problem he needed to solve, because we don't give anything away at the get-go, so it's very broad strokes at the beginning. So it was nice to see someone owning that and really trying to understand the problem, because that's a very hard skill to develop.
I think one thing to say is that we're still hiring. You should plug the hires. Yeah.
We are. If you are also a cracked engineer, then yeah, shoot us a DM.